The Matterhorn, you've seen the pictures, a jagged tooth piercing the sky, a mountain so perfect it looks like it was sculpted by a giant ice cream scoop. But the Matterhorn is more than just a pretty face. It's a mountain with a history as wild as its shape, a mountain that has tested the limits of human endurance. It's a mountain that frankly deserves its own YouTube video. And luckily for you, that's exactly what you're watching. So, buckle up, adventure buddies. We're about to embark on a journey to the heart of the Swiss Alps. We're going to explore its history, its legends, and maybe even learn a thing or two about ourselves along the way. Because let's face it, who doesn't love a good mountain story? This is Matterhorn Madness. Before we start scaling this epic peak, let's gather our virtual gear. First things first, you'll need a good pair of hiking boots. Or, some comfy slippers will do if you're watching this from your couch. No judgment here. Next, pack your sense of adventure. We're going to be exploring some pretty wild terrain, both literally and figuratively. And finally, don't forget your sense of humor. Because let's be real, mountains can be funny, especially when you're trying to climb them. Got all that? Great. Then let's get this Matterhorn party started. Alright, let's talk about the elephant, or rather the giant Toblerone bar in the room, the Matterhorn shape. It's kind of a big deal. I mean, you could doodle this thing on a napkin and everyone would know what it is. It's that distinctive, like, oh yeah, that pointy mountain, got it. But what is it about this particular peak that makes it so darn recognizable? Well, for starters, it's a pyramid, a nearly perfect pyramid rising up from the earth like it's trying to poke a hole in the sky, and it's not just any pyramid, it's a pyramid with attitude, jagged edges, steep slopes. This mountain looks like it means business, and you know what? It kind of does. Now let's talk numbers, people, because when it comes to mountains, size definitely matters. And the Matterhorn is not here to disappoint. This bad boy clocks in at a whopping 4,478 meters above sea level. That's like stacking 14,692 feet on top of each other. Or, if you're like me and prefer to measure things in pizza, that's about 29,853 pepperoni pizzas high. I don't know about you, but I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. But seriously, that's tall, like really tall. To put it into perspective, if the Matterhorn were a building, it would have over 1,400 floors. You'd need to take an elevator, an escalator, and probably a jetpack just to reach the top. A shape that launched 1,000 souvenirs. The Matterhorn's cultural impact. The Matterhorn isn't just a mountain, it's a brand, a logo, a symbol of Switzerland itself. You can't swing a cuckoo clock in this country without hitting something with the Matterhorn's mug on it. We're talking chocolate bars, keychains, refrigerator magnets. You name it, they've Matterhornified it. And you know what? It works! Because the Matterhorn shape is so iconic, so instantly recognizable, that it just makes everything cooler. Want to sell more chocolate? Slap the Matterhorn on it. Want your town to be more popular? Build it near the Matterhorn. Okay, maybe that last one is a bit of a stretch, but you get the idea. The Matterhorn is a marketing dream come true, and it's all thanks to that one-of-a-kind, pyramid-shaped silhouette. Passport to the peaks, pinpointing the Matterhorn. Let's grab our imaginary compasses and pinpoint this majestic beast. We're headed to the Alps, folks. The Swiss-Italian border known for its breathtaking scenery. That, my friends, is the Matterhorn at 4,478 meters. Zermatt, where cows rule the road and mountains rule the skyline. You've booked your flight, packed your bags, and you're ready for the Matterhorn magic. But hold your mountain goats, there's one more thing. The closest town is a charming village called Zermatt. Think cobblestone streets, cozy chalets, and more cowbell. Zermatt is a car-free zone. Just the sweet sound of silence and the occasional herd of cows. The Matterhorn sits on the border of Switzerland and Italy. Does that mean it has dual citizenship? The summit is in Switzerland, but its northern face belongs to Italy. You can climb the Matterhorn from either country. Either way, you're in for an unforgettable experience. Every mountain has a story to tell, but the Matterhorn's tale is one for the ages. It's a story of ambition, of daring, and of the relentless human desire to conquer the unconquerable. For centuries, this jagged peak stood as a silent sentinel, its summit shrouded in mystery and challenge. Local villagers, well acquainted with the mountain's capricious nature, considered it cursed, a place where spirits dwelled and avalanches roamed free. But as mountaineering gained popularity in the mid-19th century, the Matterhorn transformed from a symbol of fear to an irresistible siren song for adventurous souls. Its near-perfect pyramid shape, visible for miles around, beckoned climbers like moths to a flickering flame. The year was 1865. The date, July 14th, a date forever etched in mountaineering history. It was on this day that a 7-man team, led by the ambitious Edward Whymper, finally stood victorious atop the Matterhorn's elusive summit. But their triumph was tragically short-lived. During their descent, disaster struck. A rope snapped, sending 4 members of the team plummeting to their deaths on the unforgiving slopes below. The news of their triumph and tragedy spread like wildfire, forever linking the Matterhorn with both the exhilaration of achievement and the stark reality of risk inherent in mountaineering. The first ascent of the Matterhorn may have been a bittersweet victory, but it opened the floodgates for countless climbers who followed in Whymper's footsteps. Over the years, new routes were pioneered, each presenting its own unique set of challenges and rewards. Climbing gear and techniques advanced, making the ascent safer, though no less demanding. The Matterhorn, however, remained a formidable opponent, demanding respect, skill, and a healthy dose of humility from those who dared to attempt its slopes. Today, the Matterhorn continues to captivate climbers from around the world. It's a testament to the enduring allure of mountains, a symbol of human perseverance and the irresistible call of the wild. Okay, we've talked about the Matterhorn's impressive height, its unique shape, and its challenging climbing history. But this mountain is more than just a pile of rocks. It's a symbol, an icon. It's like the Swiss version of the Eiffel Tower or the Statue of Liberty, except, pointier. And maybe a little less friendly looking. The Matterhorn represents adventure, resilience, and the raw power of nature. It's a source of national pride for the Swiss, a symbol of their country's beauty and strength. And let's be real, it looks pretty darn good on a postcard too. Seriously, you can't walk down the street in Switzerland without bumping into the Matterhorn's face. It's everywhere. On chocolate bars, of course, that's a given, but it's also on stamps, keychains, t-shirts, you name it. I even saw a Matterhorn-shaped cheese once. And don't even get me started on the souvenirs. There are Matterhorn snow globes, Matterhorn mugs, even Matterhorn bottle openers. It's like the Swiss figured out how to bottle the essence of the Matterhorn and sell it to tourists. And you know what? I'm not even mad about it. A mountain of celebrations, festivals, and folklore of the Matterhorn. The Matterhorn isn't just a pretty face on a chocolate bar, it's also deeply ingrained in Swiss culture and folklore. For centuries, the mountain has inspired stories, legends, and even festivals. One of the most famous festivals is the Zermatt Folklore Festival, which celebrates the region's rich cultural heritage with traditional music, dancing, and of course, yodeling. And let's not forget about the Matterhorn Ultrax, an ultramarathon that takes runners on a grueling course through the mountains with stunning views of, you guessed it, the Matterhorn. So as you can see, the Matterhorn is more than just a mountain. It's a cultural icon, a source of national pride, and a darn good excuse to eat chocolate. A feast for the eyes, the Matterhorn's breathtaking views. Alright folks, let's talk about the view. Because when it comes to mountains, the Matterhorn knows how to put on a show. We're talking jaw-dropping, soul-stirring, makes you want to write bad poetry kind of views. I mean, just imagine, you're standing there surrounded by towering peaks, glaciers glistening in the sunlight, and the Matterhorn itself rising up before you like a giant, jagged exclamation point. The air is crisp and clean, the only sound the gentle tinkle of cowbells in the distance. It's enough to make you want to throw your phone in the nearest fondue pot and just soak it all in. But then you remember you need to get that Instagram shot. Adventure awaits, hiking, skiing, and more in the Matterhorn's shadow. Now for those of you who like a little action with your scenery, the Matterhorn has got you covered. We're talking hiking trails that wind through meadows of wildflowers, past sparkling lakes, and up to breathtaking viewpoints. We're talking ski slopes that will make your heart race and your quads burn, whether you're a seasoned pro or a beginner just trying to stay upright. And for the truly adventurous, there's always the option to climb the Matterhorn itself. Just, maybe leave that one to the professionals. Or at least watch a YouTube tutorial first. Let's be real, folks. No trip to the Matterhorn is complete without that epic Instagram shot. You know the one, you, looking all adventurous and carefree with the Matterhorn looming majestically in the background. But let's be honest, getting that perfect shot is harder than it looks. First, you have to dodge the crowds of tourists, all vying for the same photo op. Then, you have to find the right angle, the right lighting, the right filter. And even then, there's always the chance that a rogue cloud will roll in and ruin everything. But hey, that's all part of the fun, right? The Matterhorn isn't a one-trick pony, folks. It's not just about summer hikes and winter skiing. This mountain is a master of transformation, putting on a different show every season. In spring, the meadows come alive with wildflowers, a riot of color against the backdrop of snow-capped peaks. Summer brings lush green meadows and crystal-clear skies, perfect for hiking and soaking up the views. Autumn paints the landscape in hues of gold, orange, and red, a breathtaking spectacle that will take your breath away. And then there's winter, when the Matterhorn transforms into a winter wonderland, blanketed in snow and perfect for skiing, snowboarding, or simply cozying up in a chalet with a mug of hot chocolate. Alright, thrill seekers and view chasers, buckle up because we're going even higher. Forget about hiking boots. It's time to trade those in for a cable car ride to end all cable car rides. Our destination, Matterhorn Glacier Paradise. This isn't just some cheesy tourist trap with an inflated name. We're talking about the highest cable car station in Europe, perched a dizzying 3,883 meters above sea level. That's higher than most birds fly, folks. And the views? Let's just say they're so good they should come with a side of oxygen. As you ascend, the world shrinks beneath you, villages become miniature models, forests turn into patches of green velvet, and the mighty Matterhorn itself, well, it just keeps getting bigger and more impressive, like it's trying to flex on all the other mountains. A playground at the top of the world, adventures in Glacier Paradise. So you've made it to the top, braved the altitude, and snapped enough photos to make your Instagram followers green with envy. Now what? Well, my friends, this is where the real fun begins. Matterhorn Glacier Paradise isn't just a viewpoint. It's an adventure playground perched at the top of the world. Feeling adventurous? How about some summer skiing or snowboarding? That's right, you heard me correctly. Up here, the snow never melts, which means you can carve fresh powder even when it's bikini weather down in the valley. Or maybe you'd prefer to explore the Glacier Palace, a magical world of ice sculptures and frozen waterfalls hidden deep beneath the surface. It's like stepping into a real-life fairy tale, but with better lighting. Matterhorn memories, taking home more than just souvenirs. We've explored the Matterhorn from its jagged peak to its cultural significance, from its challenging climbing history to its breathtaking views. We've laughed, we've learned, and worked up an appetite for Swiss chocolate. But as with any adventure, it's time to head back down to reality. Leave the ice axe and crampons behind. But you can't leave behind the memories. The first glimpse of the Matterhorn piercing the sky, the feeling of awe as you stood in its shadow, the joy of conquering a challenging hiking trail. These are the souvenirs that matter. Your Matterhorn adventure awaits. Time to pack your bags and your sense of humor. The Matterhorn isn't just a mountain, it's an experience, it's a challenge. It's a reminder that some things in life are worth working for, worth pushing yourself for. And while not all of us are cut out for a real-life summit attempt, myself included, we can all appreciate the beauty, the history, and the sheer audacity of this iconic peak. So the next time you see a picture of the Matterhorn, don't just scroll past. Let it inspire you. Let it remind you that adventure is out there, waiting to be had, whether it's on a mountaintop in Switzerland or in your own backyard. Till next time, adventurers, keep exploring. Well, folks, it looks like we've reached the end of our Matterhorn journey, but hey, the adventure doesn't have to stop here. There are plenty more mountains to climb, trails to hike, and fondue pots to empty. So, What are you waiting for? Get out there and explore. And hey, if you ever do make it to the Matterhorn, be sure to send me a postcard. Or, just tag me in your Instagram post. Until next time, adventurers, keep climbing.